We're walking right down the middle of Main Street, USA. It's the heart of America, the heartbeat of a holiday. We're walking right down the middle of Main Street, USA. It's the heart of America, the heartbeat of a holiday.
All right, ladies, welcome to another episode of Magic Moments here with PPV. I am Jen, an agency owner, and I am here with our fabulous Jennifer Sokol and Kathleen Patton.
Hello.
Ladies. So we are here to talk about Epcot today. All the things about Epcot and how much we love this park. We just all agreed that we could sit here and talk about it all day because there's just so much to offer and so much that we love about it. But we are going to try to give you a little synopsis and kind of the highlights about why you need to make sure that you visit Epcot on your next Disney vacation.
Yeah.
All right. So I think one of the biggest things is location, right? People love
Definitely.
the location for
Yes.
many, many reasons. I think probably Kathleen and Sokol, you could agree with me that the resorts over there are probably one of the biggest factors that people take into account when they're thinking about they want to spend a lot of time at Epcot. They want to be at a nearby resort. So let's talk about those resorts and how awesome they are.
Yeah, they're by far my favorite place to stay in the parks, regardless of which park I'm going to. It has proximity to Epcot, which is great. It has proximity to Hollywood Studios. I just feel like you really get the best, bang for your buck in terms of transportation and everything when you stay in that area. Not to mention they're beautiful resorts as well. You've got the boardwalk, the yacht club, and the beach club that all kind of circle Crescent Lake, and it's just a beautiful spot to be. Like, you really feel like you're on vacation away someplace nice, even though you have the park. So even if you really just want a good down day for the parks, the pools at Yacht and Beach and everything like that is really a big incentive to stay over that way.
Yes, my kiddos love Stormalong Bay at Yacht and Beach Club. And then in the evenings, we'd like to walk over to Boardwalk to see the nighttime entertainment going on over there. It's just so close. So it's not only just the parks, but like Kathleen said, you're just close to entertainment that's offered at those resorts and the pools. So it's great all around.
It's just nice to walk to Epcot from there too. So like if you want to stay there, you'll have that extra option of dining every night too. Like if you had a park hopper pass or you wanted to go back there for different restaurants and experience them, it's just a 5-minute walk away and you're there before
and it's so convenient for little ones. When they're ready to take that nap, it's just so quick to hop back, take that nap, and then just come right back to the park.
It's fantastic. And if you don't want to take the 3 to 5 minute walk, you could take the friendship boat, or maybe you can't walk a distance and you need easier access. You can literally hop on the friendship boat and you're over to Epcot within, just a couple of minutes. So it's just very, very convenient.
Yeah, I've actually taken the friendship boat quite a few times just because I like the ride. It's just nice to kind of go across the little lake and check out all the resorts. It's just like a 10-minute break and so
be out on the water for a few minutes.
Do enough walking in the parks if you want to be able to take a break and take the ferry over.
And at the end of the night, that stroll back to the resort, it's just kind of a nice way to kind of just ease out of the day, and you walk back and it's a beautiful view. Everything's lit up and it's just so pretty. So it's just a really great spot. If you're going to enjoy, being at Epcot and being in that area, it's well worth your vacation investment to stay there, in my opinion. So let's talk about the actual park. So, we know you can walk there from the Epcot area resorts, and we know that you can take the friendship boat. But if you're not staying in that area, there's more than 30 Walt Disney World resorts. So when you're talking elsewhere, of course, you have your shuttles that take you to the front of the park, and then you have Skyliner, which has also been a game changer, right? In the ease of of accessing Epcot via the back entrance by France, and you can get there from the Riviera, Pop Century, and Caribbean Beach. So that's been a huge changer, I think. And
Skyliner is a huge bonus. I mean, that's really been one of the best improvements I feel like Disney's made in over the years in terms of transportation and accessibility. It really is just such a game changer. And it's accessible at levels of resort too, which is nice.
It's another great perk for those who do stay on the Skyliner, because they are dropped off at the back of World Showcase, which gives them quick access to Ratatouille, which is one of their newest attractions that opened last October. Versus those who come in the front entrance, they have to walk through the entire park to get to Ratatouille. So those guests who get the upper hand and can get there, that's a great one to rope drop if you can get there early for park opening.
PPV tip right there. PPV tip. That's awesome. And it's true.
And the monorail up front. So
yep, you can walk right on there. So so for those that don't know Epcot, it's kind of broken up into two sections. I think of it in two sections. So you have, more at the front of the park, you have your different lands, and you have most of the attractions, right? With a few sprinkled in World Showcase. And then you have World Showcase, which is, all of the countries and cultural areas, and where I think of the food and all of that entertainment. And so I think we need to kind of debunk a rumor.
Yes. Yeah. Epcot does
What
not
do people
love
say when they come to us?
Hmm?
When I said, what do people say when they come to us? They want to know, should we visit there if we have kids? We heard it's not really for kids. I mean, how many times do you ladies have clients that come to you and say, I don't know, I think we might skip Epcot?
Yeah.
Quite a few. More than not.
Okay,
I feel like my head's going to pop out when I do that.
Yeah.
People just don't. I think there's a lot of misconception, and maybe back in the day there was not as much for families and younger children, but nowadays, I mean, it's just full of attractions, shows, and character meet and greets and things that you can't get in the other parks.
I think,
and of course,
No, I was just going to say, I think Epcot has always had that reputation of being more of the adult park, because it's a lot of it was a lot of educational learning type rides. There was a World Showcase with lots of restaurants and things that people assume kids wouldn't be interested in, but Epcot's gotten a lot of love over the years from Disney. There's a couple of great new attractions now. It's one of the places to go if you are even remotely a little bit of a Frozen fan. You can't skip Epcot, because that's where Norway is, and that Frozen ride and all of that stuff that's important. And lots of princesses make their appearances in the World Showcase now too. So it's one of a few things that Epcot has been doing to improve that. What's the word I'm looking for? They don't want that people just to think of it as being like the science learning park. Like it's a lot of fun. It's come a long way, and it's definitely not a park you want to miss. I mean, it's definitely fun for just adults too, but families will have a good day there for sure.
Yeah. It's one of my kids' favorites.
Yeah, I almost feel like to see it all, you almost need 2 days. Truthfully.
Yeah.
It can, it's a lot between all of the attractions, the brand new Guardians of the Galaxy coaster, which is hands down, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's fun. The atmosphere is really great. Of course, it's a little bit of a thrill ride. So if you're not into, a little more adventure when you get on an attraction, it's probably not for you. But for those who are, it's so good. So good. It's my new favorite attraction in Disney World. And that's saying a lot, because I'm not a super adventurous ride person. But I find it a lot of fun. The music, you can't help but dance your way through it. It's really cool. So
that's Guardians yet, but I can't wait to try it out. I've got a lot of Guardians fans in my family right now too, but I will be there shortly. I can't wait to check it out. I'm not a big fan of, well, I shouldn't say I'm not a big fan of the fast rides. As I've gotten older, unfortunately, I just don't tolerate them the way I used to. But I've heard that, even though it's fast and everything else, it's really not too bad in terms of, motion sickness and that kind of thing too. It can be, but it doesn't go upside down, so I should be all right.
Oh, you guys are great. I couldn't do it.
We
I
know
know.
it's not your thing.
I know. But hey, my
Well, your
family loved it.
family loved it, right?
I
Your
just
family
live
loved it.
vicariously. They did. I just live vicariously through all of them.
I got to at
Because
least try it though. Yeah.
thank goodness my husband's a thrill rider because my kids
Yeah,
would
mine
be
is
in
too.
a mess
Yeah.
if he wasn't. They'd be sitting on the bench with me.
It's
So
definitely not for you. It's not an attraction
no,
for you.
no.
Actually, you were one of the first people I thought of when I got off. I thought, oh, she's not gonna
You
ride.
wouldn't like this.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
No.
you and I sit out a lot of the same things. You and I, we tend to sit out a lot, a lot of the same rides. And
Yes.
I was nervous, but I thought I'm gonna have to take one for the team. I mean, I'm here, this attraction's opening, I gotta
Yes.
ride it. I'll try anything once, And
I wish I could be like that. And as I get older, I can't handle the motion sickness. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, it's not that I don't want to. I just can't. That's just like
Yeah. And
working.
if that's you, it can ruin your whole day after.
That's what I mean.
It's
It's
not
not
worth
worth
it in a lot of
Yes.
ways. So I mean, the attractions alone in Epcot are definitely worth the visit. Of course, you have sort of the fan favorites, Test Track. Soarin' is a classic,
Love Soarin'.
Mhm. So much fun. And those attractions are what bring a lot of people to Epcot time and time again. But then you got to think about the stuff for the littles, right? The families. You have the Seas Pavilion, Finding Nemo, and Turtle Talk with Crush, and then that aquarium in there is really quite
nice.
awesome.
It's kind of a hidden gem, really, because I think a lot of people don't realize that it's in there. We spend a lot of time at Nemo when we go there too, mainly because of the seagulls outside. My daughter gets a kick out of those. But it really, you could spend a good chunk of the day in there, especially if you need a break from the heat, something like that. You go in there, go on Nemo, check out Turtle Talk with Crush, and check out those tanks. You get some really cool stuff in there.
Yeah, I think people miss it because they didn't realize it's upstairs.
Yes.
Now you just take the escalator up the stairs. Once you exit the ride, head up the escalator, then you'll find all the aquariums.
And the Coral Reef restaurant's hidden there too. A lot of people don't know about Coral Reef. It's one of the restaurants that has the aquarium walls. You do need a reservation to go to this one, but it's kind of hidden in there in the seas, and it's kind of cool. A lot of kids love it there because who doesn't want to look in the tanks while they're
and they do have great food there too. My kids enjoy their food, and we actually were at a table by a window, and one of the cast members was inside the tank feeding, and she had come over to the window and she was making bubbles in the shape of different. I want to say it was a Mickey shape. Somehow she did it, and she kept doing it. And she was blowing kisses to all the kids sitting by the window, and the kids were just eating it all up. It was
Oh wow! How cool is that?
It was really neat.
I haven't eaten there in years, so I probably should put that
No,
on
I
the
haven't
list.
either. I remember my daughter was younger, but I should probably check it out again. She probably get a kick out of it.
Oh, she would like it. I think maybe would love it.
Oh yeah, she did. She was little. I want to say it's been a long time. Now she's 15, so it's a long time ago.
Well, and then if you kind of switch gears and head to the Land Pavilion, there's a lot over there too. That's where you find Soarin'. I might be in the minority, but Living with the Land, I love it.
Oh, Living with the Land, it's a classic.
And learn about all the plants and the foods that they grow on Walt Disney World property and use and serve at many of the restaurants. So that's very cool. And just some of the history there is really awesome. And there's some great dining in Living with the Land. You go to Garden Grill, and it's a great character experience with Mickey and Chip and Dale. So it's just a fun time, and it's a great way to beat the heat too. You can really escape a good part of your afternoon heat if just by spending time in the Seas and Land Pavilions. So
yeah.
And their quick service options are great there because there's so many different options that you can pick from.
Yeah. It's the thing a lot of people don't realize, kind of like with the Seas, is like when you go into the land, it's like you go into the land and it's like, oh, the sun in here is all the land. It's not like you just walk into this one building and here's a few things to look at. You go downstairs, and there's Soarin', there's multi-levels, a couple of different rides in there. There's a lot to check out. So again, a good place to take a break from the heat, and if you're a little bit of a nerd at heart like myself, you really enjoy it. Not gonna lie, it's no secret, so
it's definitely a fun place. And you can't forget Figment just around the corner from there. Figment's
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a staple.
Mm-hmm. The Pixar short films classics there too. That little 15-minute show they have, all the little shorts they have before the new Pixar movies. That's a nice little break to take too. We always be sure to check that out while we're there, just to again get out of the heat for a little bit, and they're just such cute little movies too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a few minutes long, and so if
Yeah.
your big attention span, it's a good place to get a little rest in.
Exactly. And then before you head into the World Showcase, right? Have you guys shopped at the new creations and all that?
I have.
Not yet. I haven't been there yet.
It's very nice.
Yes.
Very nice how it's laid out, and the quick service there. I have not eaten the quick service there, but it looks very good. Lots of seating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really open and spread out, and it's a great place again to go in and cool off if it's warm. And then the new Starbucks that just opened over there too is a vast improvement from the old one that was always so cramped and crowded. So you've got your Starbucks and your quick service, and then brand new shopping, which is always fun in my book. I'm always going to find some good merchandise.
I have to say, especially during the art festival, I always leave with a new painting for an office, or there's always no shortage of things I want to take home from that. Epcot's my favorite park too, so that's also part of it. But there's a lot of good shopping there, that's for sure.
It's another PPV tip is always make sure you bring extra cash for shopping because you will not leave without buying something. You won't.
Or your magic band.
Truth, especially if you're visiting Epcot during a festival time, right? So
yes.
How many festivals do they have a year? Let's see. Well, right now they just kicked off the most popular festival, right? So Epcot's Food and Wine Festival, which just kicked off a couple of weeks ago, and that runs through, what did we say, November 19th, I think? Am I correct? Yes. Then we come into Festival of the Holidays, which will run through New Year's-ish. And then they take a very short break and they start Festival of the Arts, which is my favorite festival.
I think favorite too now too.
Yeah. And then with spring through early summer or midsummer is Epcot's Flower and Garden Festival, which is beautiful. Mm-hmm. And then, so really there are just used to be kind of long breaks in between these festivals, but now they've become so popular that there's just short breaks in between, and there's usually some sort of festival happening pretty much all year. Food and wine though is for sure I think the most popular amongst guests.
It's the biggest draw.
So you'll find countless food and beverage stations set up throughout the entire park, through the World Showcase, as well as the lands toward the front of the park, and you can try all sorts of crazy different foods that you might not try when you're at home. It's definitely increased my palate. It's helped me try some things. I'm not an adventurous eater, but I tend to do different things when I'm in Epcot. It's like they say, when in Rome, when in Epcot.
For sure, but definitely. I mean, it's so diverse, and there's so many between all the countries, and then the additional booths and everything else. There's no shortage of new things to try, be it snacks or desserts or drinks. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. Doing that snacking around the world. That's what I do. I don't do much drinking around the world, but snacking is my thing.
Can't say that I do, but
it's really fun. I enjoy indulging in both.
And I always have a couple, but I don't think I could ever make it around the world completely.
Yeah.
In one
but it's
day.
a good place too. Like I know a lot of our clients and guests are always concerned about their meals and what to plan for Epcot that day. It really is one of those great parks where you can go and just not worry about having a reservation, because there's just so many options between booths in the different countries. It's keep it good.
I'm always kind of in a battle with myself, because the snacking really is the greatest thing, but then there's some fantastic table service restaurants.
It really is. Yes.
Like, what do I pick? What do I do? Because you don't want to miss any of it. I just want to eat all of the food.
Well,
visit Epcot 2 days instead of 1.
Yeah,
That's a valid point. That's a valid point. Or if you have that park hopper, you really can take advantage of
Oh, yes.
going over a couple of evenings and trying, either snacking or trying some different restaurants, which is
That's
also
kind of what I was saying earlier about staying in the Epcot resorts, is you can go back and forth so many times and try all those different great options too. And I know like a lot of clients too will be concerned about kids, and will they have kid friendly options and that kind of thing too. But all the restaurants in Disney always have some sort of chicken finger friendly food. Even if you're at Spice Road table for Moroccan food, you can still get pizza or mac and cheese. So don't worry about that kind of thing. There's always options for everybody, and allergy friendly too. So
100%. And then the entertainment, right? So you can get your food and your drinks, and there's always entertainment. The Jaminators are my favorite. Always will be. I love the Jaminators. If you ever have a chance to stop and see them. But then look at the festivals. Each one has all different kinds of entertainment lineups. And right now with Food and Wine Festival, it's the Eat to the Beat concert series. They bring in some pretty fun names. Have you guys been and seen any of the Eat to the Beat concerts?
I personally have not. That's usually not the time of year that I visit, but I've or there hasn't been anybody playing while I've been there. But they've definitely got some blast cast there too, so which can be a lot of fun.
I have not been to one myself either, but I do have the lineup pulled up for the rest of this festival to see who all is coming. And I have seen people post on, oh my gosh, so-and-so is coming to the festival in Epcot. You have to go see them. I've seen them somewhere else. They're so cool. So I mean,
have you seen any names on this year's lineup that you recognize?
So they got Newsboys on here, Billy Ocean, Hanson, Boys to Men.
I saw Boys to Men. I saw them a few years back, and it was so much fun. So much fun.
Got Kenny G on here. And then Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray is the last one in the lineup.
I saw them also years ago. That was a good time. Boys to Men was the best, though.
Get over that Caribbean Queen.
I was right back.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to control myself.
But you know what? Those bands, I mean, they're good. That's good music, and it's great.
98 Degrees is at the end of this month.
Who is?
98 Degrees.
Oh, God.
Hey.
Yeah, that was a long time ago in my day.
Yeah. brings us right back to the boy band days, But honestly, it's so much fun. And for those of you who don't know Epcot, so there's the United States Pavilion, America, and there's that big stage with the outdoor seating, but it's all covered, and you can sit, or you can, a lot of people kind of congregate behind and stand and kind of pass through and watch for a few minutes, and so it's very easily accessible, and you can hear the music from kind of all over, and it's just a really fun atmosphere. Really, really good time. So no matter who it is performing, I mean, people get really into it. You'll see lots of dancing and singing and having a great time. So it's just a great little addition. And to know that you can enjoy that without having to buy an extra ticket, or, your standard theme park ticket can get you in and enjoy the day. It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
Just love Epcot. Get me back. Take me right now. So, the other thing with the World Showcase, I know we talk a lot about festivals and the food and the wine and the eating, but a big draw for my family, as when my kids were younger, at least, each country pretty much has a different princess to meet. So we used to do like a little scavenger hunt throughout the morning and the afternoon, where we'd, try to find a different princess to meet. And they do little photo ops and things. And then you have the KidCot stations, which are, the little activity stations in each country, and the kids can go around and find them, and meet the cast members and learn something a little bit about each country, and get their passport stamp. And it's just really a cool little thing, and a great little souvenir, to take home. So it's fun for the kids.
each festival usually has like their own scavenger hunt too that you can get. You can purchase like for I think like $10 at a few of the shops when you come into the park. Where throughout the World Showcase is scavenger hunt. Where you have to find all the little different items that they point out for you. That at the end, when you turn in your card, you get like a little token prize. So it's a little something fun to do, and each one is themed after each festival generally.
And
Right.
some of
And it
those
keeps-
spots
yeah.
are challenging. Challenging.
They really are. It gets the whole family involved, honestly. Our
And
whole
people-
family gets really into it.
That's what I mean. Is like some people take them very seriously. So, but they are fun. Yeah.
They do. They do. It's just a great way to kind of keep engaged and, learning and doing and keep the fun going and,
Yeah.
there, keep something really for everyone as you go through. So, so as you can see, it's a park for everyone. We really have to kind of change that mindset that it's only for adults. It is, there's more for kids than adults, honestly, and fun for the whole family. What would you ladies say is your favorite thing about Epcot? It's a tough one.
I'd have to say the festivals. Flower and Garden is probably my favorite because it's my favorite time of the year. But I do like the food and wine because I like to try all the food.
Mm-hmm.
Just the festivals. There's too much. There's too much to pick just one.
I love. I mean, like I said before, there's no secret that I love Epcot. I think my favorite thing. I mean, I love the World Showcase. That's a given. Like if it was just me going, I could spend the whole day in the World Showcase, just walking around, people watching, the whole nine yards. I also love Soarin'. That's probably my favorite ride in Disney World, just because it's a classic and it's just been one of my favorites. It's just, I don't know, I just really kind of love everything about it. My favorite part of World Showcase, I love the France Pavilion. There's just so much to do there. It's so interesting. I just love the fact that when you go into the World Showcase, how it really kind of does feel like you're stepping into another little country, because it's so authentic and there's so many different things to experience.
It immerses you.
Yeah,
It really
yeah.
immerses you.
And a lot of them have movies where you can check out and learn all about the country a little bit and their culture. And it's just you don't really expect how much there really is to do when you get in there. So, but yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I have to say it's really hard to find one thing that I love about Epcot. Definitely the food. I'm a food lover, for those of you who don't know that. I'm also going to say Soarin', but now I have to say Guardians, you guys. I have to say Guardians. But next up is definitely the food. And if I had a favorite festival, it's definitely the Festival of the Arts, because the talent of people that you see and the artwork. And I too also bring home something every single year. Behind me here is some of my collection that I brought from Festival of the Arts. Yeah. And so it's definitely my favorite park. I mean, there's nothing like walking down Main Street in Magic Kingdom, but park wise, Epcot has my love.
Yeah, same.
And, Kathleen, before we wrap this up, I wanted to mention that you mentioned about each of the countries and sort of the cultural immersion and all of that. And if you're someone who loves learning all of that stuff, I think there's nothing better than, really immersing yourself into each country and talking with the cast members, because they're so knowledgeable. And I just saw yesterday, I follow all the bloggers and the news and happenings in Walt Disney World, and the first of the cultural cast members have arrived back in Walt Disney World. And I have the chills thinking about it, but they have been gone and back home to their home country since, COVID hit, and they haven't been able to bring them back. And now they're bringing back the cultural cast. So I'm very excited to see the next time we go to Epcot that we're going to get to meet a lot of cast members sharing their story. In their cultural history. So it's gonna make it that much more fun and interesting. So really exciting. So don't discount Epcot. Talk to us when you put your plans on the books and we start mapping out your days with you. We can talk and speak a little bit more to your family directly, but It's such a great place to visit. You need at least one day.
Yeah.
At least.
Every
Yeah.
time you go. All right, ladies.
Hey,
Until next time, and until the next time we visit Epcot. Bye.
We're walking right down the middle of Main Street, USA. It's the heart of America, the heartbeat of a holiday. We're walking right down the middle of Main Street, USA. It's the heart